Hello, my name is Arista Grant. I am doing my interview with Mr. DeShon Grant. He has been a manager for Aztec Industries, a galvanizing company for the past 26 years. I will start with my PowerPoint. So Mr. DeShon Grant is a third shift supervisor. He has been working for Aztec Industries for 26 years. Um, he is well versed in galvanizing, knowing much about the business, and actually began with WIT Industries, which was company owned, it was family owned. His greatest career achievement was when his company actually achieved the best production in their region for 2015. The shift that he led was able to reach this achievement in 2019. He mentioned that this happened through the use of sales, uh, safety, and teamwork, and that's how they were able to make this accomplishment. Handling a challenge. One challenge that Mr. Grant mentioned that was significantly difficult for him was when he began, um, there was change happening within the company. They were actually selling, WIT Industries was selling their galvanizing company to Aztec Industries. And Mr. Grant was given an opportunity to train another employee to take his position as third shift operator, well, third shift manager. It was difficult for him, but he was able to train, and ultimately they chose him as the manager because they considered his expertise and knowledge about galvanizing. He operates from an expert power base, knowing much about galvanizing with his time and experience in the galvanizing business. This is Aztec Industries' mission statement to create superior value in a culture where people can grow and traits matter. Traits is actually the acronym for trust, respect, accountability, integrity, teamwork, and safety. These are all of the values that Aztec works under. They use these values to make sure that their clients receive a quality product, and that their employees are satisfied with their working conditions. Application of leadership theory. DeShon is a task-oriented leader. For the most part, many of his duties are already set up for the evening. He delegates those duties to people in different areas. There are people who take down and hook up the steel. There are people who pickle, which is actually dipping the steel into the galvanizing solution. Galvanizing will help the steel to last for a long time. It is actually a weatherization process. There are people who weigh the steel before it is returned, once it comes in, and then again before it is returned back to the company. That is important so that the truck drivers know how much weight that they have on their trucks, so they are not overweight when they pull into weighing stations. Um, because he is a task-oriented leader, he does delegate the different jobs, and people are given different jobs each night. Usually he uses the skills or what people are best at, and he places them in those areas. If he cannot, if someone is missing from an area, DeShon said that he is not ever he'll always step in. He doesn't believe in giving people a task that he is not willing to do himself. Um, and comparing their leadership styles, I actually chose Mr. Bill Scott as the leading as the known leader. Mr. Bill Scott is the San Francisco police chief. He actually leads with ethical leadership. It is focused on providing care and concern for followers and being a role model. He is the police chief of San Francisco. And well, he recently resigned, but that is important to be a role model because you will be doing a lot of public speaking and you want to make sure that you are following the laws so that people want to follow the laws that you are asking them to follow. DeShon Grant works for Aztec Industries. He is the third shift supervisor. He is a transactional leader, often giving his workers rewards for their good work and punishment if necessary. They actually work under a point system. If so many days are missed and you point out, they'll have to let you go. So transactional, he uses the work rewards and punishments to drive motivation and performance. The strengths of ethical leadership is they are related to job satisfaction, organizational commitment. So people tend to want to stay with the police department, motivation, and task performance. However, the weaknesses of ethical leadership are that they create job stress and are counterproductive. I will share that again. Hmm. Um, where were we? Um, it the weaknesses of ethical leadership is that it can evoke counterproductive work behavior and intentions to quit. Mr. Scott is actually has announced his resignation. He's going to be working for San Francisco in their transportation department. The weaknesses for transactional leadership is that they the rewards and punishments are contingent on the situation. So you may or may not receive a reward. So that's or a punishment. Um, leadership lessons. Oh gosh. The three attributes that I chose for leadership are task oriented, transformational, and relationship oriented. I think it is important that managers or leaders stay on task, keep their employees on task, lead them in the positive direction so that you could reach your goal. Transformational, appealing to the values. Aztec Industries works to appeal to the values of their company using traits, appealing to the values of customers. In the situation of the police chief, you want to make sure that you align with what people believe is lawful or unlawful and relationship oriented. Actually, Chief Scott had trouble with discontent in the community because he was not disclosing information on why there was a lack of traffic enforcement just as he was leaving the office. I chose Mr. DeShon Grant as he was a long-standing manager in the manufacturing field, and they focus on safety. I chose both of them because their similarities were that they work in safety. Safety of the community for Mr. Bill Scott as the police chief, Mr. DeShon Sr. In Aztec Industries, keeping employees and visitors to the plant safe. I asked Mr. Grant about the original worker of the galvanizing corporation. That was Mr. Witt. Mr. Witt actually brought galvanizing to Cincinnati with his company before selling it to Aztec Industries. He was an entrepreneur. He did start that company from his knowledge and experience, and brought the business to a place where it could be sold to a larger corporation. When I was not able to, I just asked Mr. Grant what he was doing well to talk about his self-efficacy. What I found out about in doing this interview is that it's best to use your strengths as a manager, whatever you feel that you are good at, just to pass those things along to employees and keep a positive working environment. Thank you.